Welcome everyone to Uncaged. The chaos starts early today, thanks to my wonderful players and their everything. We'll just briefly start by going around and letting people say hello and, oh God, clear more of their captions. How about we just start with Swapper? He has the most to clear.
Hello, I'm Swaffer, and today I will be playing Kai, hopefully. If they survive, the... Bird emoji.
Thank you, Swaffer. Wild.
Yes, hello.
See, this is the trick with your Zoom name.
What? What are you talking about? What's wrong with my Zoom name?
Wild, please.
What?
Tell people who you are.
Yes, hello, I'm Wild. I am playing Welby, a halfling accidental warlock, also known as the Great Dog Petter.
All true. So people are going to ask in chat anyway. What are your cats called?
Sultan and Bambino.
Thank you. I mean, I see this question come up so much in chat. I figured we might as well start with it. Lady Dame.
Hi, that's me. I'm Lady Dame, and I'm playing Pris, the Disneyest princessest of tieflings. I'm just a librarian, really.
In armor.
In
Graham.
pink armor.
Hi everyone, my name is Graham and I am playing a cat emoji. Just kidding, I'm playing Samander, a half-elf cleric, the slayer of spirits, fae friend, healer of the hurt, firebringer. Pretty much a great wizard.
Thank you. Alright, so I lost it somewhere in the absolute insanity that was set up. Who's doing a recap? I think Graham volunteered.
I can do it.
Please do.
I'll do it in my original Samander voice.
Oh, good.
Hello there, everyone! My name is Samander, and I've been on an adventure since Affenwin with my best friends, after we found two girls that had fallen asleep magically because they fell into a fae spring. So we met a dryad named Rosalka, and we found her heart because it was missing. And then we decided we had to leave because, we kind of... a little part of it in. So Kai, Welby, Pris, and I decided we were going down the road to visit some town that I don't remember. And anyways, then some harpies were there, and we had to save them from mind control against a dryad that was killing people and burying their bodies underneath our tree. Then we found some will-o-wisps that said they needed our help. So we decided we should probably do what adventurers do and help them. So we came to this little town where, nobody lived there except for the innkeep, two families, and a cleric named Gritta, or some sort of that name. Anyways, the kids have been falling sick and one kid went missing. So of course, being the heroic adventurers we are, we decided we have to go solve the mystery. Our mystery led us to the quarry, where I totally thought there were going to be, some evidence, because no one had been there for a while, but it turns out someone had been there recently. Also, we got attacked by a mirage of the tree and weird rust-eating things. So then we decided we were going to go to the marsh, because clearly that was the only place we hadn't gone. So we went to the marsh, and we saw some will-o-wisps and a crocodile named Eduardo, and we found the dead body of the kid, and then Kai looked really weird and looked at the moon and said, "Oh shit! I hope that fills you in."
Can I yellow card that?
No, too late. It's already stopped.
Oh, shit.
Let me just change the music real quick because thank you, Graham, for that wonderful recap of everything that's happened so far. It was very comprehensive and not at all grating on the ears. Thank you.
I know, and now you'll never ask me to do it again, so it's a
win-win.
That
is untrue, and you know it. I almost made a joke I shouldn't make, so we're just gonna get back into what we're doing. You're in the swamp. some dead reptiles nearby. You found indeed the body of a young boy with a number of bracers on him. Body looks particularly well preserved considering how long he's supposedly been missing. And indeed, just as we finished, Kai looked up at the moon and made a weird face. And got a little fuzzy and got a little slightly longer snout. Kai, would you like to describe your own transformation? Because it is, in fact, it most certainly looks like it's currently a full moon.
So, I presume I'm shifting into full wolf now?
I assume so, yes.
Okay.
Provided you can think of anything to stop it.
They will definitely slap that wrist bracelet so hard and try to use it.
Okay. There is a crackling sound of that bracelet. It almost seems to work. And then you hear this kind of giggle in the back of your head with a cute, but no. And the transformation continues.
So they've transformed into various animals before, and it always looked like this violent and sudden but somewhat willful rearranging of bones and flesh. This one looks far, far smoother, almost like a glove being put on. However, it takes much longer. There's obvious resistance, and you can see the individual steps of transformation almost like in slow motion as they slowly but surely transform into this rather large but very healthy looking, very almost powerful looking wolf if it weren't for the absolutely frightened look in their eyes. And for once they do not seem menacing at all despite what just happened.
Kai?
Hi.
Yes, I would like to take off, please. Just somewhere, not actually begin to levitate.
You're just turning tail and running,
Just
basically.
turning and running somewhere.
All right.
Just somewhere.
The party is basically between you and the village, so you're taking off deeper into the swamp.
Sure, yeah.
Can Whoopi roll agility to pet the doggo?
I was waiting for you to say that. I'm afraid the doggo runs away before you have a chance to move towards the doggo, since you were a little further away from the edge of the swamp. I will let Sam, Pris, and Welby roll. Let me think real hard. Once again, I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder, but I think it's still Perception in 5th edition.
Sure is.
Just, will and wisdom are the same thing, and reflex and dex are also the same thing. Just putting it out there now.
No.
14 from me.
You know what? I'm gonna use one of my advantages on this one. Why not? This is a good choice. This is a good use of this. Perception. That's a 14.
All right, 14.
Perception, you said?
Yep.
Oh.
Kai's already made friends, you guys. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
How are you still surprised by this? They do this every week.
They do.
I have dogs. There's fireworks. It's gonna keep happening. Just mentally prepare for the barking. It's what I do.
I can't feel them around me. Catches me off guard.
I thought it was a 7, but it was a 17.
Nice. Ooh. So, as Kai runs off into the swamp, which probably has nothing to do with Welby going to pet him this time, as you look up, and this is specifically Welby who notices this, not so much Sam or Pris. It's like there's this little overlay of the moon, like there's still the regular moon, the one that wasn't full, and then in front of it, it's like another mirage of a full moon.
What?
That's kind of like enveloping Swapper.
No, it's more, as soon as you notice it also, like, you know that the full moon in the sky is very much not real. Kai, how fast are you in your dog form? Sorry, wolf form. I'll try and be nice about this. Even though Welby calls you a doggo, you are definitely a wolf.
Most definitely. Let me take a look. That is 40 feet per round if I dash 18.
All right, so you're moving. You're just crashing through this swamp. Sometimes paddling almost when it gets a little deeper. As you move further into the swamp, there's actually fewer lights. How long would you keep going? You don't feel like you don't feel like an overwhelming sense of bloodlust, which is something different than what the books and research you've done led you to believe.
Probably run until I'm sure that the others can't reach me in a short amount of time, and then just collapse and curl up. Very
Okay.
distressed.
You get a faint, oh, boo. No fun like this. And as you look up, the full moon is gone.
I will try to shift back.
There's nothing to shift back to. You're already a half elf? Elf.
Elf.
You're already an elf.
Alright, what the fuck? I look down at the bracelet.
All gone.
Okay, so that happened. Probably spend some time assuring that there's no trace of the wolf anymore. Just checking.
Teeth are a little pointed, but, you know.
Then look around to find out where the fuck I am.
You're in the middle of a swamp.
How late is it?
Oh, we're well into the night. You had a long day. You went to the quarry early in the morning, fought rust monsters. That took like 2 minutes. And then you headed into the mines, which took hours and hours and hours. And then you went to the swamp.
They're just done for the day. Just
Done.
there's this attempt at thinking about what just happened. They just shake their head and look around for a tree or something, like a hollow stump somewhere.
Sure. Little bed of moss in it if you wanted. Some shrooms.
Yeah. They're gonna, since they all have their wild webs still, they're just gonna shift into a little lizard and climb into the damn nest. whatever tree and go to bed.
Alrighty.
Just collapsing where they are.
Sam, Pris, and Welby. Kai ran off.
Can I make a medicine check to see if I know anything that would like cause this? Because we've seen Kai transform before into like animals.
Yep.
But this was definitely different.
Yep.
Would it be medicine or arcana or nature?
Kind of tricky. I guess nature. You can pick nature or arcana depending on what you're better at.
Okay. I think it's gonna be nature. Let me just double check. It's the same either way, so nature, I guess. Well, that's a 4.
And he transforms loads of times. Like he's been dogs, he's been snakes. You've no idea why this would suddenly be terrible.
Okay.
Does the moon still look off?
You can see the fake moon still there, and the real one. I think, depending on how long you're standing there, it takes a few minutes. But like away from each other at the same time, Kai is informed that they're not being very fun, and the moon snaps out for Kai. It also disappears for all of you.
Did you all see what happened with the moon?
What?
It looked real funny, and like there were 2 of them, and like Kai seemed to be like surrounded by the moon for a bit. Yeah, then Kai ran off before I could pet him.
That
So.
That was worse than I thought it was going to be. I knew Kai was worried about something, and I don't think that was like his other shapes. I know it wasn't like his other shapes. Kai had me do some research a little while ago, and I think it was about what just happened.
What did Kai have you research?
Werewolves? I think. I think that's why we were heading to this other town that we're going to, because they might be able to help. But it's not any good if if Kai just runs off and leaves us, and the full moon wasn't supposed to be here we were weeks away from the full moon, right? Right, DM. We were at least a little bit away from the full moon, from the actual full
You
moon.
were about 2 weeks away.
Right. That's what I thought. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, should we go looking for them?
Well, it's not a real full moon, and the fake one's gone, so Kai must be terrified. I feel like we should try and find them.
I think that Kai can take care of himself. We need to get this body back to the church so they can cast Speak with Dead. They said they have a window to do it.
Okay.
And there was no way to solve this murder without that information, I think.
Okay. I'm going to use thaumaturgy and call out to Kai. Kai! Sam says we have to take the boy back to the village. If you're okay, I promise we're not scared of you. Please come back. If you're not back in the morning, we're going to come find you. Use thaumaturgy to sort of project that out as loud as I can.
That's fair. Kai, you don't hear this.
Okay. But Sam, we are coming back to find Kai once we've...
Of course.
Okay.
We're a team. We would never leave Kai behind.
Okay.
I'm gonna start making my way back towards the town.
Okay. Loaded question. Towards town or towards the temple at the henge?
Towards the temple, sorry.
It's a fair walk. It's been pretty cold. Your stuff's fairly damp. There's a few more will-o-wisps sort of lighting your way.
Are these the nice will-o-wisps?
Well, they're certainly not trying to kill you right now, so about the best you can hope for.
I'll be sort of plucking at the loot a little bit because the last ones, the ones we made friends with, seemed to like that.
Yeah. They sort of belong to music.
Okay.
You get to the henge.
Krita, are you there? I know it's late.
Vava comes
Does
stumbling
anything
out.
look different?
I mean, there's a marvelous new subsection filled with beautiful grave markers.
Oh.
Made by your very own
Yes.
Welby and Pris. They did good work. They're nice grave markers.
Okay. I would rush inside the temple.
All right. Grata is awake because you were yelling at her, wearing a ginormous oversized flannel nightshirt, not much else, and so he goes, too old for this. Yes, young adventurer, how may I be of assistance?
I mean, I'm carrying Marin's body with me.
All right, if you come around the corner carrying Marin's body, she'll snap out of it. You know, the yelling from the start was a little unwelcome. You found him.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm gonna set him down. We found
Deep
him.
breaths.
Found him in the marsh. Had weird bangles and bracelets on them. They shouldn't be this well preserved. And there were a lot of bones.
And your companions? There were 4 of you before.
Our friend Kai, they got scared by something and they ran off. We intend to go back to try and find them, but Sam insisted that we get this body to you as soon as possible.
I'm not sure if I can do anything for him anymore. I mean, we will, of course, inform his family and have a burial.
Can you cast the spell to speak with them?
Certainly. Fortunately, she didn't waste all her spell slots during the day because you interrupted her long rest. But she's got to speak with dead left. She'll ask you to bring the body into like the actual chamber where she usually prepares the bodies for burial rites.
Mm-hmm. Does she have holy water?
Yes.
Okay.
She has, I think, 3 or 4 vials of holy water.
Can I have one? I think I need to put the jewelry Marin was wearing in holy water. I feel like they may be bad. Because you said that I felt like a necromantic.
Oh yeah, there was a necromantic
Energy on it,
aura
yeah.
on those.
Yeah. So I would make that clear.
I also mentioned it in chat. Yeah, there was also a pendant with the
Yes.
body that
Mhm.
glowed faintly.
Yes.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put all of those in holy water if she would like.
Everything goes in holy water. All right. Let me see. All right. So Grata will cast the spell, but she'll leave it up to you to ask the questions.
Okay.
So you have 5 questions. She strongly suggests you speak to Marin in common.
That's fair.
And Grata will warn you, the dead don't know anything they didn't know while they were alive, and they are not beholden to you to tell the truth.
Okay. Marin, what happened to you?
As you ask this question, like the eyes flicker open, the mouth opens, but it doesn't actually speak properly. It's just this echoing voice of a very young boy that I won't do because I'm terrible at character voices. But you hear him say, I was taken from my bed and thrown in a bag.
Oh.
Can you... Sorry. I would look to the rest of my party to see if there's any questions. Like, I don't think I necessarily, like... Is it, like, I have to directly ask them the question so I can, like,
Yes.
confer? Okay.
No,
Okay.
if you... let me check real quick, because I know Pathfinder is super harsh. It's like as soon as you confer with your team, the spell ends. I think 5th edition is a lot nicer than Pathfinder is in that regard. Let me just check. All right, you have 10 minutes to ask your
Okay.
5 questions. So if you step away and make sure you're not asking Marin, you can do a little huddle and then go back.
Okay.
So you probably don't want to keep his soul trapped in this body for particularly long amounts of time, just because it's kind of a dick move.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My goal is to get this over with quickly, but I don't want to go at this the Sam way, the entire way, and then miss out on very relevant information. Okay, so they were...
Just storm ahead and don't think.
They were taken from their home and thrown in a bag. I don't think they probably saw who did it.
Where did they get the jewelry from? The pendant.
That's a good question. So ask about the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Welby, can you think of any questions that we need to ask? I was going to have the last one be, is there anything you want us to tell your family?
There's 2 more questions after that. We get 5.
Yes.
I don't know, this is all very weird.
I know.
Okay. Marin, do you know how did you get the jewelry that was on you?
Someone was muttering really weird words, and like a light left my body and went into the amulet.
Did you see anyone in between being taken from your home and when you died?
No.
Okay. Was it a woman's voice or a man's voice?
I couldn't really tell. Probably a woman. I don't know. There was also this wailing. That was definitely a woman.
Wailing. That's the second time that's been mentioned by someone.
We've heard wailing. We heard it the other night.
Yes. Marin, is there anything you would like to tell your family before we release you and let you go?
I miss them, and they shouldn't be too sad. I'm just really happy I'm not all cold and dark and wet anymore, and that I'm not in the swamp anymore.
That's 5.
Thank you, Marin.
And with this sound, the body just relaxes again. And Grata basically shoos you out of this chamber as she's going to tend to his body. We won't do the actual burial until his family is here, but I can at least wash him and dress him and cast gentle repose. And
Before we go, has there ever been a rumor of a witch or someone of doing spellcraft in this town or nearby?
we have a number of regular spellcasters. I mean, there's me, Aveen. You know, she mainly plays music, but I'm pretty sure it's not just music. We're in an intersection of ley lines. Like this henge is a portal to all kinds of energy. We attract a lot of spellcasters and witches, and most of them don't cause trouble.
Did you hear the wailing that he talked about? When we were coming here, we heard wailing.
There's been wailing. Some people suggested it was a banshee, but you know, like we'd have a banshee on top of everything else. That'd just be bad luck.
Is there anyone in town that would be able to tell us what magic items do?
Probably
Aveen
Aveen.
can?
Yeah.
Aveen gave me a pearl so that I can, and sort of taught me the spell, but I haven't sort of mastered it yet.
Well, let's check in with Aveen then, and Pris, you have the bowl for the mushrooms, right?
I do, yes.
Do we have any other bowls? I think we have like a pot for our cooking set, right?
Yeah, you have a pot with the cooking gear.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull out my pot and pour the holy water in with all those items,
Right.
and that's how I'm gonna carry it.
Okay. Grata will just quickly go, you know you can make holy water. If you're a cleric, you can just get regular water.
Sam, you can make your own holy water.
I don't know how to make water any more than or any less than water.
I don't know either.
Maybe you should think on it a little. So if there's nothing else I can do for you.
No, you've done a lot. Have a good night. Sorry for waking you.
Oh, I understand completely. This was very important. I'm just very happy you found him. I'm just gonna send a message to his family.
Would you like us to do that? I mean, we're probably going into town anyways.
I meant send very literally.
I don't know what that means.
I have a spell called Sending, which means I don't have to go to his family. I can just talk to them over long distances. You'll get there when you get a little wiser.
That sounds very useful.
It does. I will try not to abuse it.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm in this gossip group with... Never mind. You should go sleep.
I mean, you don't think they'd want a person? Well, I guess knowing that the Marin has been found is more important than...
I think haste is
like
of the essence, so they can return here.
That makes sense. Thank you for your help.
Quite welcome, dear. All right, you leave Bashenge, head back into town.
Did we... Now, we know that there was, like, an energy about the pendant. Did any of us get, like, a good look, or were able to sort of, like, see if there were any identifying marks or runes on it?
I was asked no questions about this pendant. Everyone was obsessed
Perfect.
over the bracelets.
Perfect.
They're all in the same pot, so take your look.
Well, if you look in the pot and they're like floating, the pendant is like floating towards town. It's like tick tick at the edge of the pot.
Is
That's weird.
well, you know, your boy has a spell that he'd like to cast.
Mm-hmm.
What does he know?
Locate object. So, I would like to describe or name an object that is familiar to me. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. So I would like to describe a amulet that is very much like this amulet,
Mm-hmm.
but if it's like a receiving one.
Right. So like the other end of the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
All right. Let me check real quick. Remind me, because I think does locate object go through everything?
Describe or name an object that's familiar to you. You can sense the direction of the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of me. If the object is in motion, you know the direction. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 34 feet. Oh, at least once, so I haven't seen the receiver. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, which I guess this would include jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. The spell can't locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks a direct path between you.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it goes through everything.
You feel nothing. Just
Okay.
the pendant in your pot.
Okay. That's all I have got for second level spells. Well, I'm just going... Do we should go to Aveen first? Is that what you think? Avina?
Well, that's not normal what that necklace is doing. What that that sort of, it shouldn't be moving like that on its trying to...
No, it shouldn't. I tried to use a spell to sense if there was like a receiving piece of jewelry, and nothing happened.
I mean, far be it for me, but what happens if we pointed the bowl in a different direction? Maybe it's pointing its... Maybe if we just follow the necklace, it'll take us somewhere.
Do you think we can handle another fight?
I mean, no. But I don't see much choice in the... Not with... I mean, with Kai not being here, and I'm exhausted, but...
Is this always what our adventures are like?
Yeah, this seems pretty par for the course.
Oh. I was reading a story I was writing in my storybook, and they seemed happier.
We've seen some things that are scary, Welby. But usually we come out okay.
Perhaps... Do you think we should follow where it goes, find the general spot that it wants us to go to, and then go to the inn and rest?
I'd feel better.
Maybe we should just wait for Kai before we go back.
Before we
Okay.
follow it. That's probably a good idea. I'm worried about Kai.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't have taken it. Maybe we should have just tried to find Kai first.
speaking of Kai. Kai.
Yes.
My favorite little lizard.
Yes.
You are curled up in your little hollow tree on your little bed of moss. With your little
Yes.
lizardy tail, your little lizardy claws. And you're awoken from your pleasant sleep by a horrendous wailing.
Where does it seem to be coming from?
Just about everywhere. Can I have Constitution saving throw?
Of course you can.
Hey, I asked nicely.
This is probably not being charmed, right?
I know.
Okay, then that is a 10.
10.
I'm going to use a reroll here, actually.
That is really good idea.
That is worse. That's an 8.
Do you have another reroll? Because that's a really, really bad one to fail. I'm not entirely sure why you're alone in the swamp, but you know.
That's even worse!
Jesus Christ.
Look, I have one reroll left, but at this point, fate wants me to fail, and I just have to accept that.
All right. So as this banshee releases a mournful wail, so I'm really, really happy you're a lizard right now. Because if we're just going to go, you know, kind, benevolent DM, it says a creature that fails the saving throw drops to 0 hit points. So I'd say your lizard drops to 0 hit points and you poof back to being an elf.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, kind, generous, benevolent. Say thank you.
Sure, thanks.
As you poof back to being an elf, however, you see this kind of see-through female figure as it envelops one of the will-o-wisps, flickering in and out as she looks straight at you and vanishes again.
Oh, bloody hell. This thing doesn't feel like something that I can fight for some reason. This, let me just say, let me just pick something with preferably a speed of 6 million.
I just picture Kai going through their mental catalog of like animal pictures going
Absolutely.
faster, something faster, something faster, fast, 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 fast.
Absolutely.
I'm still so proud of my episode title.
Hello. So, they just shift violently into this black furred panther and take the fuck off.
All right, you take
the direction of the village.
Alrighty, you're once again booking it towards the village.
Mm-hmm. If that helps, I have a speed of 50 feet now.
50 feet. Let's see. Oh, I only have 40.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
I also have a climb speed of 40.
Nice. I have a fly speed of 40, so I can go in straight lines. But we'll say you make it back to the village successfully.
Mechanics question: did I manage to get a long rest in? Short one or long run, rather.
Short one, yes. Long one, you should probably go back to bed when you get to the village.
I'm gonna hit dice the fuck out of this.
Look, just the choices were for me as a DM. This is a little look behind the screen. Wait until you have a long rest and attack you in your real form, and watch the elf drop to 0 hit points. Attack you as a lizard, deny you a long rest, but give you a chance at survival. See, I can be nice. Anywho, as Samander, Prison, Welby are heading towards this inn, you hear the thundering of feet splashing through the swamp before they're sort of skidding onto the gravel road that leads into town. And a four-legged creature is running towards you.
Does it look friendly?
It looks panicked and a little wild.
How big is it?
Kai, how big are you? Medium? Large?
Medium beast on the larger side of medium.
On the larger side of medium. And if you're hearing very strange noises coming from my end of the screen, my dog is snoring so loud I can see my microphone picking it up. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna just move to the side.
Is it? We haven't learned to recognize Kai in all of their various forms, have we?
No.
Great.
Does it look petable?
Yes, definitely. Everything is petable if you're brave enough, Welby.
Can I cast calm emotions on it?
Please do.
Okay.
Kai, I think you get a saving throw.
This time I get advantage. Oh god, I'm rolling terribly, but not that terribly.
Like, is it really PvP if they don't know they're PvPing?
Which save?
14. Christmas save.
That is a 19.
You don't feel much calmer, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, I assume I've reached them at this point.
Yes.
So without hesitation, the panther just transforms back right in front of Welby and just snaps, "Don't fucking do that!"
Oh, it's Kai.
And you can practically see the moment where they snap out of panic and into, oh my god, what did just happen mode, and they just...
Wait, what am I not supposed to do, Kai?
Something... casting spells and mean shit.
I don't cast spells.
Something weird is in the forest. Something...
The forest?
I don't know, swamp, something screamed like you wouldn't believe it, and then I just felt that... I felt my body get ripped from me. Fuck, I was a lizard at the time. I would have died. Immediately died.
Do you want a hug?
They don't answer, but they just go in for it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I just give Kai like a big hug.
Oh.
And
Not a good hug.
yeah, it's okay. Sam is really good at giving hugs.
Chris will also join in on this moment. Chris
Welby
is
will
also
cautiously.
excellent at hugs.
Welby will cautiously inch closer and extend their hand out.
I'm just glad you're all right. We questioned the body. They were taken from their home. They heard muttering and saw a light, and heard a woman wailing.
Another whale.
It's probably the ghost thingy.
Mm-hmm.
But can a ghost kidnap someone? Or do you think someone
I don't
in
know.
town?
Did she look corporal to me?
And
or
No. She
like
looks pretty see-through.
well, and then we
something
have
someone who's...
I was gonna say we also have this pendant that we found, and it's pointing a direction. And is it pointing? Does it seem to be like bumping towards the town or like towards the swamp?
Is it pointing at the inn?
Like if it's bumping at the.
It's not pointing at the inn, but it's pointing to somewhere in town.
Do we want to ask Aveen to identify it first before we go confront wherever this is pointing? Or do we want to simply go there first?
Maybe it's better that she identifies it first. As much information and research as we can do before we come upon something that we don't.
Also, I'm very tired.
Also that, and I'm sure Kai, you've had a lot happen, and I know I'm a little exhausted myself. I'm a little tired myself. It's late.
If we go to the inn, we might be able to get an idea of what house it is going to in the town as we're headed to the inn.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's pointing to Briddig's house, then I will definitely go there first. I'm saying that out loud because it is my job to keep them safe. And I wonder if there's a corresponding piece of jewelry that has been placed within vicinity of people. Well, I'm just gonna start walking.
All right.
Yeah.
I have my journal out.
You're walking towards the inn.
Right behind.
So we have Sam, Kai, Chris, Welby, who at least got to touch people while they were hugging. That sounded worse than I meant it.
Yeah. Phrasing, Anik, phrasing.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Very sorry.
I'm gonna ruin Welby's innocence.
I'll just erase your memory again. It's fine.
Not Welby's, yours.
I mean, you can't prove shit. As you're walking towards the inn, the pendant seems to be pointing to a particular plot of land that doesn't have. You don't know what family it would belong to. It's next to the Laughlin's house.
Next to the Lockland house.
Yeah. It grows a little brighter.
Oh no. It's glowing brighter. Pris, I'm gonna continue to stand out here and keep watch over this house. Can you go get Aveen and see if she's awake? Also, I don't feel comfortable going in that inn.
That's fair. I'll go. I can go and fetch her.
Your cursed item is still outside. You left it outside last time.
I still have my cursed item on me. She let me in last time with it.
Oh, fair enough. She didn't care anymore.
Yeah, just she was done.
Yeah.
So done.
Ew. Sorry.
Did you say it was a plant?
What was a plant?
What?
No, sorry, out of game.
Oh.
You said there's a plant
No.
growing green. What? So I misheard
There is
then.
There is a pendant that is glowing. That's a
So-
pendant that is pointing towards an empty house next to the Laughlin's house.
I think Welby's Freudian slipping a bit.
Did
Not planned.
you say plant?
I did not. Anywho, Sam is standing guard outside.
Specifically keeping an eye on that house.
All right.
Me too.
Kai is staying there. Chris.
I'm running to go find Aveen.
Okay. Welby.
I don't know. I think because of Welby's memory loss, they're probably just gonna try and get some sleep.
All right. Where are you sleeping?
I don't know. Do we have like a room at the inn or anything, or?
You do. Everyone but Sam and Kai, who insisted on a sleepover in an abandoned building, Chris and you got rooms.
Okay, then I'll go find out if I have a room and sleep there.
Okay, so you're following Chris to the inn. The door is unlocked but closed. There's a little note on it in both Common and Elven that says, technically there's a curfew, be quiet when you come in. Aveen.
I will be quiet going in, and I will try to. I'm not sure that I know exactly where Avine's room is in this inn.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Right. But didn't think of this through. I'm going to assume it's probably on the first floor, and or at least the most accessible room and one that looks rather nicer.
Okay. So
And try knocking on the door.
It takes you a little while.
Yes.
And by the time you're knocking on like the third option,
Yep,
having found a broom cupboard and the pantry, from upstairs you see Avine leaning over the railing with a. I don't
Avine.
cook in the middle of the night.
No.
I barely cook breakfast, honestly. Like, there's dried food in the pantry. If you want to get drunk, put the money on the bar.
No,
clean up after
Avine.
yourselves.
It's me. We need your help, I think.
Great.
I'm
the
sorry.
kind of help that requires me getting dressed?
Probably, at least, yes.
As she points this out, she clearly doesn't wear a lot while sleeping, and she's like, great. Just great.
I'm sorry.
No, wait, just wait.
Okay.
She walks back into her room, and you hear some clattering, like a heavy chest opening. She does come back out wearing nice leather armor that is not ombre pink.
Jealous.
Rapier by her side, walks down the stairs, goes, still please, minimum words.
Oh, okay.
Will grab her metal plated lute from behind the bar, the kind that you can hit people with real well. Sling it over her back and right. Small words, low voice, summary.
Okay. We found Marin.
Good. I'm assuming he's dead.
Yes. He had a pendant that we need identified, and I haven't mastered that yet.
Oh God, you woke me up to cast
No, but wait.
Yeah.
It seems to be glowing and pointing in a direction near the Lockland house. And
that's weird. I'll give you that. That is weird. That's
yes.
Good. Weird is good. Weird is interesting.
Also, there's been wailing sounds that we're not sure, but may or may not have to do with all of this.
Even better. I'm so glad you woke me up for this.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. It's been a long night. I'm sorry.
Clearly. Okay. Where's the pendant? Technically I can identify things without wearing armor. You could have just brought him.
I said
we'll go.
dressed.
No, fine. We'll go.
Sam has it.
Oh, Lord. I mean, your friend Sam has a lot of interesting items. Let's just go over there.
Yeah. And I lead her towards Sam.
Yeah. Great. She briefly turns around and goes, oh God, I don't have time. No, yeah, we'll keep going. Beautiful. Does this mean Welby's staying behind and going to sleep because you have a room at the ground floor?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much Welby can contribute right now.
All right, you have a nice comfy bed. Perfectly halfling height, like they have different sizes of beds depending on who wants to be there. And again, there's a little mini bar. Everything has ridiculous markup, the usual.
Okay. Then Moby will just pull out the new storybook that Pris gave him and read that to read him to sleep.
All right. Nice. I cannot wait to see what lessons you learn from this storybook. Pris, you and Aveen reach Sam and Kai.
Has any spooky stuff happened since we last saw Pris?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Other than, maybe you need to keep like a half eye at Kai.
I think right now Sam is more worried about being attacked by ghosts another time. It's more like focused on anything else.
Sam needs to learn
Also,
about the
guys-
concept of a two-pronged attack, but certainly, please focus on the house.
So Kai has never looked less threatening. They look like they're this close to transforming into a weasel and just fucking up.
Oh, sweet boy. Sweet druid.
Oh, my cute little adventurers.
Oh, adventuring's hard.
It's hard. You've been adventuring for 4 days and you're already considering quitting.
You did
I wanna-
this to us.
Yeah.
Some of this was Eva for buying you guys corruption point. It's not all
And
me.
Eva will never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Also, there were other things that happened to you that were not necessarily my doing. And I cannot be more clear than this because I would be revealing things people have been texting and doing that are not mine to reveal. So please carry on.
Oh, hello, Aveen. It's a good night.
Small words. Low
Hello.
voice.
Pendant here in holy water pot. Glowing.
Great.
Also bracelets.
Yes. So can you hand them to me dry? Leather armor stains. Okay. All right. So she'll have a look at the pendant first. And she can tell you the pendant itself isn't fancy. The gem's kind of weird. It seems to be a form of banshee tear, but it's being used wrong.
What's a banshee tear?
And how can it be used wrong?
Is there
Well-
a right way?
Normally, if you're wearing it in jewelry and you kill something, the banshee's tear would absorb a small amount of the life energy of that what you just killed. And then if you're wearing it and you would like die because you're adventuring and it happens, the banshee's tear gives you a little bit of health back and, avoid that fate.
And what is it doing now?
It's not being worn by anyone. Like you're supposed to really connect with the item before it works. So it shouldn't be doing anything, and yet it's glowing, and I don't know why. I've never seen anything do this.
Is it... So, Marin told us that the last thing they saw was a light leaving their body. Is it possible that the soul that it would absorb is in stasis and thus not being absorbed to fill its function?
I mean, a lot of things are possible in the world, I've learned. I couldn't tell you if this is likely or not.
Okay, I'll hold out a hand for it.
Oh, she'll hand it back to you.
Okay.
When she's holding it by the chain, you can see the pendant sort of leaning towards that empty house.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in the cursed pocket. It can
I love
join
that you
all.
have a-
It can
I
join
love that
all
you
the
have a-
other cursed objects I'm picking up this campaign.
I'm so happy you have a cursed pocket.
Because I can't trust any magic item Anik throws at me. They're all cursed.
Yeah. That's
Um,
not true. The only non-cursed item you left behind. So, choices.
I left something behind?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really cool little piece of mistletoe branch that could have
Oh, yeah.
given Kai a perpetual +1 on his spell DC.
Kai didn't want it. I
No.
offered.
That's what I said.
I
You left the
don't
only
trust
non-cursed.
Anik.
You left the only non-cursed shit behind. It was beautiful. I was so happy.
Oh,
The armbands are not magical items. The runes on it are necromantic, but they hang on. All right, we're cool. That sounded less like fireworks and more like a car bomb, but I think we're cool.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's getting really bad here. The runes they're just inscriptions. They don't they're not like a spell or a glyph or anything. They might have contained magic at some point, but they don't now.
Okay. Do these armbands have any religious connotation?
No religion in this area would use iron bracelets.
Okay.
We use iron and coal iron to like try and ward off the Fae. So unless his parents thought he needed specific protection from the Fae, but honestly, I never saw Marin with these when he was still alive.
Also, Marin was kidnapped and thrown in a bag from their home.
That is creepy and wrong.
Okay. I might as well hand her the ring that's in my cursed pocket. I might as well know what it does.
All right. I told you after the game
You
last
did,
time,
but our
so
audience
I'll
doesn't
mention
know.
it on stream as well. It is a ring of firebolts. It can get 3 charges of the spell firebolt. It is a little bit cursed in the sense that it snuffs out all fire around the ring to keep itself fed. So if it has 3 charges in it, it snuffs out fire in a 30-foot radius. If it has 2 charges in it, it snuffs out all fire in a 60-foot radius. And if it has 1 charge in it, it snuffs all fire in a 120-foot radius.
Just to make sure, that also applies to magic fire, right?
Yes. But also torches,
Oh,
all kinds of fun
obviously.
stuff.
That applies only to magical fire.
Haha!
No, just
You wanted
all of it.
Fireball? Now you
Fuck
can't.
Raiders.
I'm pretty sure you already know what Welby's fairy crown does, so Aveen
Yeah.
doesn't need to fix that. Well, Welby knows all of it. You know some of it. And Aveen's just like,
Aveen, do you think we should go to that house tonight? Or do you, as a more wise and experienced adventurer, or do you think we should wait, rest, and then go?
looking at your group and the fact that one of you is already in bed, I'm sorry, you look like shit and you should sleep.
Can I insight check this?
Please do. As she said, you look like shit. Her main focus seems to be on Kai. She does not need to insight Kai to see that that's not a very stable, ready to fight kind of person right now.
That's a
Surprisingly, I
24.
don't have a lot of deception.
She means it.
Okay. Okay. Pris, Kai, should we go to bed?
I don't know how we're going to be much use if we don't. And Welby's not here, and frankly, at this rate, I don't like doing anything new without the rest of everybody else.
That's fair. I suppose we should go to bed. I think we should all share a room so that whoever kidnapped Marin can't kidnap one of us. Because clearly Marin's parents were at the house at that time.
Well, Welby's already in his room.
Which
We'll
means
share
Welby
rooms.
might get kidnapped.
We should go stay with Welby.
I look at Kai and give Kai a moment of like, do we use Welby as bait?
No, that's not a lot of thought going on right now.
Okay. Well, I will take one last look around to see if anyone is listening in or looking. So,
Make
namely,
me
if
perception check.
I would love to. Let's see. What is my perception, anyways? I think it's a +2, +4. Ho 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 ho. That's
Wisdom.
18.
How much?
18.
You do not see anyone eavesdropping.
All right.
Absolutely has nothing to do with the natural 19 I rolled.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
You're fine. No one's here. Just Aveen judging you harshly.
Gosh.
Oh.
Okay. I go into the inn
Alrighty.
and I am going to stay in a room with my companions. And if there is a way to use the not use the amulet, but to put the amulet in a spot that it would be very hard for someone to sneak in and grab it without alerting me.
I'm sure you can think of a place.
Pretty sure I can transform into kangaroo if you want.
Just
Sorry. One more thing, maybe, as I assume we all trickle into the inn. Kai kind of goes to Avina. Avine, can you do that identify thing again?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
They give her the broken bracelet. Is that good for anything?
Let me just focus on this for a little bit and grab that top, like the bottle on the left on that top shelf, and I'll let you know as soon as I figure this out. And she sends you to get a very nice bottle of bourbon. And as you return, she goes, whatever it was, it's empty. It still has like an aura, but I don't think it does anything.
Thanks.
No worries. Do you know how long it takes to get out of leather? No, never mind. I'm going to go back to bed.
Thank you, Avine.
Yep.
Sorry to wake you.
No, it's fine. I was happy you're here to help. I'm still happy you're here to help. I just, you know, when I was adventuring and people in town like hired us to fix something or we volunteered to fix something, townspeople were no longer involved. You know, I would never, no, it's, you know, you do you, but just be aware in general of a town, you know, you're helping them. You know, I get you're new, but eventually, you know, own 2 legs or 4, as Kai's case may be. Or
Can we just go to bed? I ain't got the energy for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
hey,
pick
you
out.
woke me up. You made this happen.
Terribly sorry.
I'm not sorry.
That's fair.
I was being sarcastic.
Hard to tell. See,
All
that
right.
was sarcasm. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Have a good night. I'm
Yep.
going to go into the room, take out all my cooking things, and put them all the pots by the door. So if the door opens, it knocks them over, and they make a clang sound.
Right. You're booby trapping your bedroom
Yeah,
door.
I'm Macaulay Culkining this.
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Would you like to roll a perception check during your first watch?
I would love to. Does a 23 do? No, sorry, I have a plus what? 19 plus 4. Yeah, 23.
Okay. You don't hear horrible banshee wailing or anything. There is the gentle snoring of some of your compatriots, and Avine's puttering around a bit. There's some swearing as she manages to unbuckle that leather armor that's just hasn't been used that much, isn't greased very well. It's a little bit annoyed. But other than that, it's a fairly quiet evening.
All right, I wake up Kai next. Hey, Kai.
What? Yeah.
Can you keep watch? Are you all right? Firstly,
Sure. Yeah.
is he lying? Are they lying?
Yeah.
Do I need to insight check this?
The deception of mine is something.
Well, you only have to beat a 10.
I'm not even trying. It's just.
You've got this. If you don't have this, all you have to do is tell me. I'm right here. If at any point you need me, wake me up.
Yeah,
That's what friends do. And I'm gonna begin the sleepover and go to sleep.
Second attempt of the sleepover. Okay. Kai, are you chilling in the room with all your friends?
Yeah, that would require thinking. I'm gonna be a mastiff.
How many
Animals are
animal
easier
shapes
than
do you
people.
have?
I had the panther, and now I'm out until I have another rest.
Fair. All right.
Which I only need 4 hours, so.
Fair. Can I get a perception check?
Absolutely. Oh, God. That's a 13.
A 13. You have a
think I-
very quiet watch. You do notice towards the end of your watch. Hang on. It smells like Avine's already cooking breakfast. Like this.
like that.
What? It's just the smell of bacon right outside the door.
Mm-hmm. Gonna wake Chris for the last one. I think this is. We aren't doing just 2 watches. Some of us need 8 hours of sleep.
Well, your other option's Welby. He is here. You all wanted to bunk together after you decided not to use Welby as bait, which I'm sure if he knew he would appreciate.
Nah. No.
No, Chris?
Chris.
Theoretically, at this point, if I'm the last watch, I would have gotten my long rest in at this point.
You would have had your long rest by now, the way
Yeah.
you're staggering the watches.
Great. Let me just do that real quick. Okay. I'm ready for the last watch.
Hi, Muppets.
I'm
roll your
great.
perception check.
She's incredibly nervous this whole time.
I see no reason for her to be, but sure.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to let that stand with 8.
An 8.
Yep.
The only thing you hear is like the clinking of sort of a dog collar coming from somewhere near your bag.
What? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I can. What you hear is the sound of the clinking of a dog collar from somewhere near or inside your bag.
I will definitely go into my bag and dig through it and see what could be making that noise.
Well, there's your dog collar. There's a bowl of mushroom making. There are some of your books. A little, like fewer books now that you've given some to Aveen and some to Welby.
Yep.
Your regular clothing that doesn't match the ombre pink armor.
Mm-hmm. Just all of the stuff that I expect to see in my bag and nothing at all strange.
Yes, that is accurate description of what you see before you.
Okay. This is weird. This is very strange. I put everything back in the bag. Continue.
Okay.
I'll look over the collar just really quickly, though.
It is still a leather dog collar, as
Yep.
it's always been.
Pris, you're hearing things. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. Your friends are here. It's fine. It's fine. This is all fine. You've read too many stories, read too many books. This isn't. You're safe. It's fine. And I will pull out one of my fairy storybooks and just sort of have that and start sort of flipping through it. Not really reading it, but just kind of flipping through it for the last bit of the watch.
Okay. I think that is a good time to take our break. With nothing scary happening and everyone in a nice, deep sleep. Apart from Chris. We'll be back 10-ish minutes. We always say 10, it's always 15. Just assume we'll be back at some point.
If I say
Stretch.
15, it'll end up being 20.
Yeah, let's just say 10 and it'll be 15. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets. Be nice, behave, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
To
Hurry
nothing
well.
terrifying happening at all.
Never.
Definitely. Never.
Welcome to our page.
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmarin. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, open for adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by found familiar. Did you know that every bag of found familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of found familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by found familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
Eva. Perfect. So we had to deal with our captions once again. Thank you all for coming back for this. I'm so sorry they got to your DMs, Eva. They wanted to get you into captions as well. Having
Oh, I believe we have.
I was silent for a solid 5 seconds for that one.
What was that, lady?
Is that? Hold on.
Oh, I'm hearing a hold on.
2 rerolls for all.
Ah.
Thank you, Eva.
Yay! I
am
have
so
something on the board now.
It's fine. No one ever buys me rerolls. I just get corruption.
Oh, I wonder why. It's almost as if every time we give you a reroll or a crit is actually just corruption in disguise.
I mean, you're not wrong. Now, I am
Eva, what is your game?
Oh, hang on. I clicked the
Finley's
wrong
smut
thing.
survives another Sunday.
I clicked the wrong thing. I've lost.
Just all randomly hating on Eva.
Thank you, Eva. We love you. You're the best. Keep funneling them sweet, good dice rolls our way.
Thank you, Eva. We're emotionally confused about you.
There it is. I found my thing that I was looking for. Because since we're thanking people, and that is exactly what we're doing, we are being thankful. We're going to thank our warm fuzzies. Right, darling players of mine? I'm so distracted by Wild's cat.
Same.
It's just, the headbutting is so amazing. All right. Who's ready to do this with me?
I'm ready.
Beautiful.
Are you sure you want that?
I really do. I alphabetized them this week because I couldn't do it anymore.
Ooh.
I just couldn't do it anymore. So we're actually starting with someone who's already in chat and who is apparently confused about what's going on, but he shouldn't be because we're thanking him. It's Andrew.
Bay of Gifts.
Fellowship of the Table.
The Bay of Gifts, the Wiki Mancer.
Exactly. And in no official capacity whatsoever, I will point out he has requested assistance with his wiki magic.
It's true.
So if summarizing some of our shows for the fandom wiki is something you'd be happy to help with, there is a sign-up thing, I think, in channel news. So you can go there and assist this wonderful human being doing beautiful work for all of us. And then next up, alphabetically, I made myself so happy. Belchavez,
the OG over A Bay, been around longer than the rest of us.
Also true. Way to make me feel young. Christina. Again, you know, I never got a conclusive answer after I asked last time. Deborah or Deborah. Pick one.
No idea. Deborah.
I'll say Deborah. Of course.
Exactly split.
It's Hungary. We have Gamer Lives.
Gamer Lives with the one.
Which in the sheet actually doesn't have a 1, so I feel a little cheated.
Oh,
and
really?
then, of course, one of my personal favorites. I played with him very recently. And I had a lot of fun. Patrick!
Woo!
No. I also played with Patrick. It was a good time.
It was a good time. The Corgi game was amazing. Catch the VOD. We have Rico.
Rico!
And last but not least, Sev.
Sev.
Beautiful. All right. Warm fuzzies shouted out. Entire party still alive despite my best efforts. Pris is just finished with her final watch. I'm very excited to hear what your plans are.
I feel so rested this morning. Is the amulet still in my possession?
It is.
Hey, is it still pointing towards the house?
It is.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2. All right. I'm going to pick up all the pots that are on the floor. Do any of them look like they have been bumped into or moved in any way?
They do not.
Okay, I put them in my bag.
All right. Whoever was trying to sleep in, that'll wake you up. There is a fair amount of clanging. Oké, je kan niet op de stoel.
Good morning, everyone. I hope we all slept a good adventurer's rest, as they call it in the adventuring biz. Or so I've read.
Morning.
Am I supposed to feel different?
I don't know what you mean by that. Feel like happier? Like feel...
Rested. You're supposed to feel rested.
But
Which I absolutely do, and haven't been completely terrified all night. Thinking of horrendous stories and reading ghost stories. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
what?
Nothing?
I mean, we can go talk to the wisps. They seem to be friendly. Aren't they ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah, we maybe the sooner we deal with this, find out this pendant thing, the sooner we can get some answers. I think maybe.
Yeah. Did anything happen during anyone's watch?
Not on mine.
Not
My
on
bag
mine.
made a noise and it sounded like something was in it, but then I opened it and nothing was in it, and so that was it. That was everything.
No, I didn't have a watch.
No.
Rerolls from Finn.
Finn!
Can I get a watch next time?
Do you tend to wander off if something happens during your watch?
Well, what are you supposed to do during a watch? If not,
Stay
look
near
at
the group?
things.
Look at things while in the confines of the group, and if something happens, wake them up?
I can stay close to
Something-
the group.
Is
Not
it a
for the-
promise? That if you see something during a watch, that you will wake up the group before doing anything yourself. The first thing you will do when you see something strange, weird, or interesting out of the ordinary, that you wake someone up.
Yeah, I can do that.
I want to hear I promise.
What?
I want
But
to hear you say
what if I accidentally make a promise? What if I have to do something and defend myself and I break the promise because I can't wake you up first?
Okay, the caveat is if you have to defend yourself. That is reasonable. Then you can holler while defending yourself.
You can still yell.
Is that the same thing if like someone comes up to have a conversation with me?
Wake someone up before they do.
Oh, what if it's a private conversation?
If
Who do
we're
you have
all-
private conversations with?
Especially at night.
Oh, so you never have private conversations at night?
Alright, let's go and deal with that.
Yeah.
house thingy.
Conversations at night. Yeah. I'm gonna wander out.
I don't normally.
Oh,
Usually I'm sleeping at night. I'm not, or reading a book. It's usually one of the two things, so I don't usually generally have a lot of conversations, during that time, but
there's a lot of conversations at night in the book.
it's true. Oh, yeah.
Oh, whisper
All right,
glance.
let's go follow. Let's see where this pendant is leading us, or is trying to go to, because I don't know. In stories, it always sort of leads the way or finds the way, and well, this whole thing has been like a story, like a fairy tale.
I
Okay.
think it is.
But we're all together, so it's gonna be okay.
Maybe it'll be our friend.
I will go now.
Yeah, I'm headed to the house. I'm following the pendant straight that way.
Yeah, I'm following the group.
All right. You head to the empty lot adjacent to the Lachlan house. It is empty, dusty, unused.
Is the door locked?
Nope.
I open the door.
Wait a moment before we go in there.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic. I'll be muttering in Druidic to the winds and the earth to tell me if something weird is up. For 10 minutes!
10 whole minutes. There doesn't seem to be anything magical here.
Oh.
Is the amulet still pointing here?
It seems to be talking down.
I open the door, and I'm gonna go inside. Oh man, my phasmophobia mind is like, I hope that door doesn't get shut behind me. Is there any basement?
I've played Phasmophobia with you before. You're not that worried about shit.
Is there any cellar or any hatches that I can see?
Roll investigation and see if you find out.
Sure, and I'm gonna use a reroll just preemptively.
Can I
Sure.
just assist?
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I mean, I hope I can.
I mean, you could. I'm assuming you
So
can
that's
either
a
roll
17.
separately or give him advantage, and then he doesn't have to use a
So he
reroll.
has advantage now.
So 17 with advantage.
Okay. You do not find any hidden doors, trapdoors, cellars, basements, crawl spaces, ghost rooms under 10 degrees, or handprints.
And it's still if I go into specific rooms of the house, does it change where it's pointing, or is it always down?
It's generally down.
Kai, do you still have that crowbar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Doing that.
prying up some boards of the house. I think that maybe that's something we should do. Maybe something's underneath the house.
It's not so much like these houses have a stone foundation, so prying up floorboards just leads you to like a what's the English word? Swapper, do you have Leistain in Germany? What's that in English?
I have no fucking clue.
Alright, let's see what the internet tells me about what the hell this particular thing is called.
Foundation?
No, it's like a slabby kind of stone.
Don't think I know enough about houses to know this.
There. That is not what I meant in English at all. Google. Google's being helpful in a way that's being entirely unhelpful.
Wait, what is it you're looking for again?
Do you really need to
The
Google
English
that?
word for Leistain. Apparently, it's actually called slate.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Stone.
Okay.
Does that mean there's something buried here and we just can't reach it, or
I don't know.
something happened here?
Maybe someone was murdered here. What do I know about undead creatures that cry? Someone said banshee last night, right?
Yep.
What do I know about banshees?
Roll me a religion check.
Does I don't think a 14 is gonna suffice, so I'm gonna roll again.
With a 14, I can tell you they wail.
Okay. Well, for a 19, what can you tell me? Because
I can tell you that their wailing can drop a living creature straight to 0 hit points, which some of you may have noticed in previous encounters.
What are you talking about?
So banshees are generally They're chaotic evil. They don't follow any particular rules or laws. They're incorporeal. They can go through things and people. They're pretty, like, they're not nice ghosts. They're spiteful. Usually formed from the spirit of a female elf that died badly.
Okay.
Like, and their wail is bad, but looking at one isn't good either. Also,
Okay.
you don't want them to touch you. Also, they know where living creatures are.
Wow.
Talking about people that looked at one, how did the banshee look now that I think about it?
Do you want a description or a picture in a Discord? Or both? Let's do both.
Sure, let's do both.
So like I said, so you kind of see through very wild tangle of hair, wispy rags for clothing, very, very scary eyes in the sense that they appear to have no eyelids.
Anything that they could be identified by?
I mean, I don't know how many kind of flying, see-through, wild-haired, lidless women you know.
It's none of your business. I meant who they were in life, like any kind of pendant or tattoos or something.
With a 19, you wouldn't know enough about it.
Okay. Are there any mementos or any things left in the house from the family that was here?
No, you already rolled enough investigation to see they cleared this place out. These clearly left, like they didn't rush. Like normally when people rush out of a house, they leave everything behind. They actually swept the floor before they left. There's still a broom in a corner. Everything's put away neatly. They clearly took their time packing up and leaving a well-loved home behind. Okay. I will say if you're walking through this house, even though the pendant is mainly pointing down, whenever you get to the side of the house that is nearest the Lachlan house, it does go a little sideways towards the Lachlan house.
And the Lachlan house was the first child who passed away, correct?
Yes, with their son Rian.
Okay.
Rian.
And his was a little different than the girl that we saw.
His eyes was opened, correct?
Yes.
Closed.
His were closed. Hers are open.
Britigs are open.
Britigs are open. This just gets stranger and odder.
Do the people who hear a banshee and are affected by its wail, do they die or simply go in a catatonic state?
Are you asking this aloud?
Yes. And I'm asking out of game.
I mean, I straight up died.
Yeah.
Oh. So if we're going to find the wailing, we should probably have a way to protect ourselves from hearing it. That is a good idea.
Chris made a good point, though. Kai's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but the form I had died.
And what form was that again?
Lizard.
Oh. It's not very... Well, they're not very strong lizards.
I mean, depends on the type of lizard, but...
That's fair.
Even at nothing can kill another creature just because it is it, and be harmless.
That's fair. Well, I think that's a good idea to maybe find some cotton or something to stuff in our ears to protect ourselves.
I agree. This is kind of pointing towards the Lachlan's. Maybe we should go check that out. Maybe it's something not
We're
inside the
in the
house, but
wrong
something
house the
around.
entire time. Bloody hell.
So I'm going.
To anyone else, does it feel like somebody's trying to lead us on? Like, the more things we do, the more pointless it gets. Like, something's moving while we're investigating it.
I mean, that makes sense. We know that it's probably someone either in town or the voice. Several people have told us about the voice, but I don't think. Why would the banshee, which is undead, put its tear on someone? Because it can't be brought back to life or saved. So it makes no sense. So eliminating that possibility means someone who's living and potentially sick may have done this.
Yeah.
In hopes to prevent themselves from suffering some fate.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think that thing could like think a lot. It didn't look like something for intricate planning and such. Just was.
The Banshee?
Yeah.
Banshees are smarter than you might think.
Maybe it just wanted to tear back. Maybe someone stole it from the banshee.
It's possible, but then why would it have been on a child who was kidnapped in the middle of the night?
I feel like this points to somebody in the village. I mean, obviously the pendant is, but the banshee's not kidnapping a child, right? They're a banshee. They just
Was put in a bag. I don't see how a ghost could do that.
right. So somebody brought the child to the banshee, maybe? Or somehow somebody in this town is involved in this, and I don't know how else we find them except or how we figure out why we can ask why they did all the but we're not going to get any answers until we actually find them.
Maybe if we walk in like really nice, we can ask the banshee what's going on.
I think I would like to talk to the family first, and then we can talk to the banshee.
You can
Sounds like a
talk to
plan.
the banshee if you really want.
But I think that's the only other option we have at this point, is talk to the family, then talk to the banshee. There's no other clues to go off of.
That thing killed me. It didn't even look at me. It didn't even see me, I'm pretty sure, and it killed me.
Was it targeting you? Or was it simply crying?
I don't know, it was crying, and that killed me.
Yeah,
I don't want to find out what happens if it does target me.
I'll protect you then. And I'll chase it away like every other undead.
Or if you're scared, you can just wait in town.
Sam, I'm not scared. Sam, I don't think you can.
Chris, can you make me either a religion or a history check?
I sure can.
Whichever
Oh,
one's
let's-
higher. Something you read in your books once. Whatever
Yes.
check you want, one for that.
This will be a history check.
Book check.
Book check.
Check.
I can just give Chris book checks. It's fine.
It's true. I am also going to use one of my rerolls for this. Nope. That's an 18.
An 18.
Yeah, it's kind of low,
that's-
but it's fine.
I mean, for
Well,
level 4, that's high.
For level 4, that's high, and it's sort of like approaching the what you know about a banshee from a different angle than Samander did. Because you've no idea if if it's a regular thing or if it's true or not, but you do know of a story that you read once where banshees come to ferry souls to the afterlife.
Oh. I relay this information.
Like
To
they're
the
like
rest
the
of my party,
Slavic
this little bit
boatmen
of-
of the river Styx.
Fascinating. That is also new information for Jordan. He loves banshees.
There's a reason I'm mixing in other areas of folklore because I absolutely fucking love it, and I've been digging very deep into Slavic and Germanic folklore for all of what we've been doing.
Oh, bastard European folklore, nice to see.
So
Look, it's extra fun to play with Americans. They're so confused.
I mean, if that's the case, maybe the Banshee's just here to do their job, and maybe it just needs some help.
But it hasn't been doing its job. The amount of will-o-wisps and the lights in the air implies that things are not going as they should, which means something is either preventing it from coming into the city, or it's being actively controlled to be kept out.
I
Right?
mean, we've got that creepy pendant that can like, suck souls alive or whatever, so it's not too far off that. Just can't go.
Let's
follow the fucking thing.
Yeah, let's follow the pendant, and then worst case scenario, we can always smash it.
True.
Okay. You follow the pendant to the Lachlan house.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going
The
to
house
knock
is quiet.
I knock on the door. Hello, it's Samander. We spoke yesterday. 2 days ago? 2 days ago.
2 days ago. It's very quiet.
Would you say
wrong.
deathly quiet?
Wow.
I would not, because
Okay.
I'm not that kind of person.
Don't
Don't make that face at me, Lady Day. I'm
Are
not.
all the windows shut? And
are.
like curtains closed. Do I hear anything coming inside?
Roll a perception check.
Sweet, because my next action is gonna be bash down the door. So let's hope
Beautiful.
this goes well. Well, you know, I'll use my passive of 14.
Your passive of 14 suggests everything is pretty much boarded up.
All right.
Can I also try the hearing thing?
Please do.
To interrupt right now. Because I have a monitor on that for
Yes.
reasons. That's still actually 17.
It's deathly quiet.
Something's wrong, and they touch Sam on the elbow.
I'm already backing up, like, to like do a shoulder crash, and this is probably the first time Sam has ever tried this. I don't assume it's.
Oh
Gonna
god, you're actually going to use your shoulder instead of no, never mind. All right,
I
shoulder crash.
I could use the mace.
Shoulder
but-
crash.
Shoulder crash, because Sam's an adventurer, and that's what they do. So I'm
Strength
gonna
check.
strength check. I have a plus.
As you shoulder check this door.
You have
what do I have?
guidance.
Oh, I have guidance. That's what, a 1d4?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is a
Press Welby, what are you
17,
doing while
18,
Samander's taking a running
19,
start towards the door?
dirty 20 with the guidance.
I would like to look to see if there is some sort of like outdoor cellar or something leading down.
Nice. Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Sam, were you aiming for the front door or the back door, by the way, just for narrative sake?
I think I would have approached the front door.
Front door?
Front
Very dumb. Front door. All right,
front door. Because
Why are you saying it like that?
they wouldn't come to the back door if I'm knocking
Front
on it.
door. Beautiful.
That's an
Welby?
8.
Actually,
And an
which
8
way would the
from
pendant have led me to is probably
It's
the more
just
reasonable
generally around the house.
part. Okay,
So
yeah,
probably
the front
gonna-
door.
Go towards the back of the house and see if like there's any like will-o-wisps close
No.
by.
There are no will-o-wisps nearby. As you're looking for will-o-wisps, and as Pris is starting her third round around this house looking for that dang cellar that's should be here somewhere. There's a vegetable patch. You hear the splintering of wood as Sam bursts down and through the front door.
What do I
You-
see?
You're in the front room that was described earlier with like an iron hearth. It's empty.
I don't think I've been in this
There's-
house. The dad came out.
No,
to
you
me,
looked
right?
over the dad's shoulder while he was trying not to talk to you.
Yeah.
There's like a storage barrel in a corner, but it's fairly empty and like generally kind of depressing.
Okay. I know the wife wasn't leaving the bed, so I'm going to immediately yell, "There's no one in the front entrance. I'm going to check the rooms," and I'm going to immediately start sprinting into the rooms to
So the
try
ones
and
you
locate
are
if anyone's alive.
Okay. You're running around like a loon. Make me an investigation check at disadvantage since you're sprinting.
That's an 8, but I'm going to re-roll. So that's a 14.
A 14. So it's fairly empty house. In the storage barrel are some mining tools. But other than that, your frantic running around in circles has led you to nothing interesting.
Cool. That's what I wanted you to tell me.
Well, I'm sorry, a 14 is not amazing.
That's fair. But there's no people.
There's no people.
Okay. Which means if they were guilty, they probably left in the middle of the night because they were listening to us. But I'll let everyone else do things. Sam is just going to be panicking and like running in between rooms like, "Are you here?"
As you do.
Can I search for any kind of scent that would be out of place or followable?
Sure.
Just going
Person
full blown
will
her
be?
now.
Considering the fact Sam's been running around like crazy for a little bit, I'm assuming Pris and Welby, at least Pris would have entered by now. I'm never quite sure what Welby's doing, which is a compliment.
So Welby's currently in Antarctica.
Look, it wouldn't be the first campaign where Welby turns out to be where Wild turns out to be the big bad. Kai, what did you roll?
A 17.
A 17. So, scent-wise, you're sort of like nose guided towards that iron hearth. Are you an elf or a mastiff?
I am.
I think the main question is, do you have hands?
I have hands, yes.
Okay. As you're being led towards this iron hearth, you notice that there is on either side of the hearth is like a round plate with 2 indentations about 3 inches apart. And while you consider this, Pris, Welby.
Pris would be looking for like books or journals, particularly anything that looked like a diary.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that because there is nothing to find.
Okay.
You do notice Kai seems to be focused on the hearth for some reason. Welby.
Then I'll join Kai.
Welby would be looking for anything that they think would be related to the Banshee.
Please also roll investigation.
Oh, I'm gonna use a reroll for that. Ooh. Okay, so that's 19 on the die.
Ooh.
So 21.
Okay. So Pris and Kai are already at this hearth, looking at these metal plates. Welby, as you're heading towards them, looking around for banshee things, Conveniently, you're a little closer to the ground than they are, because despite your fairy wings and your rainbow hair and the pixie dust that is in a cloud around you, you only hover a little bit above the ground. So as you're hovering by with your wings, some of the dust and grime gets swept away, and around the hearth is an inscription. I'm assuming you read common.
Yes.
All right. I play with a lot of illiterate characters. It never hurts to check. So what it says, footfalls forged in iron lead the way. Lock or no, keep spirits held away.
Welby's just going to read it out loud.
All right.
Probably get a repeat of that phrase also, since my notes were not ready.
We're almost 2 hours into this game and your notes aren't ready.
I sometimes close it accidentally. I was taking notes.
I
But
got to
then I
lock.
closed it.
Footfalls forged in iron lead the way. And then it should be luck, because I'm terrible at speaking. Luck or no, keep spirits held away. I've also posted it in Zoom chat for
Thank you.
clarification, if necessary.
So, does that mean anything to anybody?
Footfalls for
No idea.
iron.
I
Is
assume
there-
it doesn't.
Is there anything iron in the room?
The heads of the mining tools.
Footfalls forged in iron.
Is there an iron hoof or whatever it was above the door?
The horseshoes.
There is a iron horseshoe above the door.
All of the horseshoes. But
I mean,
where
wasn't
did-
there some iron shit in the quarry or something? Wasn't that
Yes.
forgery?
I'll point out that as soon as you start looking around at horseshoes, those indentations will look like certain horseshoes might fit.
What the fuck?
What is happening?
Colt!
Luck or no, keep spirits held away. Oh, so the horseshoes on the door, because they're lucky and they're keeping the spirits. So there's from the place.
No. Well, the last bit of it says keep spirits held away,
Right.
which could also imply that spirits are being held away from something.
Wait, can't it also be like a suggestion? Something you're supposed to do rather than something you're doing.
Oh, Welby's going to try and...
Bork bork.
Opinions are had.
try
Well, I'm
and...
just going to try and...
Wait, is there a horseshoe in front of this house?
There is a horseshoe over the front door.
Welby's gonna grab it and try to put it where the mantle thing was.
It fits into one of the two indentations.
Ooh.
Who else has horseshoes?
I mean,
Yeah.
literally everybody. Was it?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Is there one in the house that was right next to the lock ones?
Yep.
I'm going to go and grab that one.
All right. It fits in the other indentation.
Lucky number 3.
Can you drag it or like use the horseshoes to turn? Maybe.
What the fuck are we doing right now?
Sam is turning the horseshoes as if they were keys, which causes the iron hearth to shift a little bit and move aside, revealing a dark descending staircase.
I have
Oh,
never
I remember
felt
what-
more accomplished.
This is like one of those mystery
That
novels.
was
Oh my
amazing.
goodness. This is also terrifying.
Am I not an adventurer? Am I a detective?
You might
I think
be.
that's the
Oh
thing
my
that
god, this is
adventurers
like your
do.
4th identity crisis in 5 days.
I think it's fine. I think this is a thing that adventurers do that unlock secrets.
Wait,
Okay, okay.
Can
We're getting down
detectives,
there, right?
can detectives not be adventurers?
I don't know. I'm gonna cast light on my staff.
Let's not
Right.
do that.
No?
Because
I
whatever's
snuff
down
light
there...
out.
Because whatever's down there is probably angry as shit.
But also, if we can't see it, then it's going. Well, I mean, I can see in the dark. I
mean,
don't
who-
think
yeah,
Welby
same.
can.
Mm-mm.
Welby, can you just stay at the back, like at the back of the group? And I don't know, Chris or one of us will guide you. Because if there's not,
I'll
that's
help.
probably a really bad idea.
Well, be just stick close to me, and we can navigate together.
What, are you going to try talking to it instead of just attacking it?
I
Yes.
don't
Yeah,
know.
but I want to observe it first to see what it is.
Who wants to lead down the pathway?
Oh yeah, I can do a thing.
Okay. 1 sec. And I'm going to hold out my hand for you to touch. And cast Protection from Good and Evil. So for the next 10 minutes, or until I drop concentration, creatures that are either aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, or undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And you have advantage on any new saving throw against the effect if you fail.
Nick is looking very angry and displeases me.
It's
Ha!
fine.
This isn't my first
Thanks.
delve into an undead dungeon.
Hey, it's fine. I already promised I'd fuck up Sam anyway.
It's true.
Thanks, that's kind of whatever you did kind of feels safe. Alright, I can do a thing then. Let's see if I can kind of grasp
Remind
into
me,
one of
Sam, does that spell you just cast have verbal components?
It has verbal, somatic, and the material is holy water, which I still have.
You have a pot full of it.
So it consumes. Oh, the holy water ore. Okay, so it's holy water ore. So I can. Yeah, it consumes the holy water.
All right, so you're out of a pot. You're down a pot of holy water.
Yes,
you have a focus.
but I do have a focus. But I also had
Alright.
holy water in a pot, so that I can just put the pot back in my bag.
True.
Okay. Spellcast. Kai, you had a thing, maybe, kind
Yeah,
of, sort of.
I'm just waiting if something terrifying happens to Sam, but apparently not.
Not yet. I still have half an hour.
Sam was the banshee all along.
Oh, I don't like that laugh.
Do we have enough
How
corruption
well
for
was
that?
the Banshee on
Oh, darlings. Kai, please.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
So they begin to grasp at the shadows and kind of pull them around the group. And the light inside of this radius begins to look a bit silvery before it extinguishes eventually. As we all have plus 10 to stealth checks, so I can't pass without a trace. I believe that's a plus 10 because that spell is ridiculous.
As excited as I am about you doing this, you people really need to start working on your timing.
I'm
do?
scared.
Oh, lead the way.
Let's
Should-
go down there quietly.
All right.
And
I was about to ask if Chris or Welby want to do anything to prepare before they head down.
I don't have. No, I'm good.
I don't think there's anything I can do. I'm just gonna walk.
so about those fireworks.
Are you a warlock without armor of Agathis? Is that what's happening here?
No, I do have it. I just haven't cast it.
Oh, Welby, you're killing me. And potentially yourself.
No, it's the other way
Alright.
around.
Yeah. Who's going down the stairs first? Kai. Perfect. And did I gather correctly that you're trying to sneak down the stairs?
Yes, you did.
Beautiful. Everyone who's being sneaky, can I please have a stealth check?
So do we have
Plus 10,
advantage
don't
on
fuck
stealth
this
as
up.
well, or is it just the plus 10?
Just a plus 10.
Okay.
Just the plus 10.
Just a plus 10? Way to sound ungrateful.
I'm gonna
Well-
reroll.
You know, with this
I'm
advantage,
also going to re-roll that.
I'll let the 18 roll. It could have been a 26, but I'll just accept the 18.
So that's a 33.
Stealth. That's a 28. And I have to say, as unreadable as this particular dice is, I always should use this as a bard because it rolls really well.
I feel your obsidian pain.
It's the Scanlan dice. It's purposely unreadable.
Yeah. Sam, you're wearing armor, right? Did you roll disadvantage?
I did. That's why it's
All right.
not a 26.
That's why it's an 18. Welby?
I rolled a nat 20.
Welby's gone, y'all. He's just... Alright, Kai.
So 2 members of the party are just gone.
Yep. Kai is first on the stairs. Who's next? Kai, Sam. Pris, Welby. Alright, you're walking down a fairly regular staircase. Pris, you feel something sort of bump into the back of your knees.
Is it Welby?
Yes.
Welby, be careful. Really quietly and shushly.
I'll try.
It's okay.
At the bottom of the staircase, you find like an earthen tunnel, like dug out of the ground. It's cold here. You already see torchlight roughly about 30 feet ahead of you.